Be aware this is all my opinion, and I am not a professional. I used to be like a semi-pro, but now not. I'm not. So I'm gonna start off with the AK. Well, the AK is like I'm gonna say it's like around middle middle C, maybe high C. It's because it has great accuracy, but like I don't like the fact that it's very slow and the barrel's a bit long for me, bit long for my liking. The AN-94. I think this gun is about. This gun is an S because the rate of fire, the accuracy, and all the mag, and it's just a great weapon because just lays a bunch of damage on your opponent. AWM, that's an automatic X. I mean, there's nothing to say about it. It's a one-hit kill, basically. Bar. I think this is below the AK. I don't like the fact that it takes a long time to reload, and is and I just don't really like it because it takes a long time to reload. The damage is, I think it's similar to the AK, but has a low mag capacity, and it's basically only the woods mode, the Peacemaker. I think this is very high B. The only thing holding it back is the reload time. If the reload time wasn't so outrageous, it'd be an A, maybe S, high A, maybe S. Peacemaker. This is like between AK and bar because I think maybe it's above bar because the rate of fire is insane, just like with the double Peacemaker. Only thing holding it back again is the very high reload time, but the rate of fire and the damage is insane. So get what you get. Deagle. I think this is like a very high B weapon. Well, maybe very low A because there's not much ammo, but like its damage is very good, but the accuracy is like iffy, very iffy. But it has so much damage that it's definitely an A. Double Deagle, this is at least an S because it's just like the Deagle, except it feels like the Glocks to me because there's so much damage and that the Glocks and the double Glocks and double Deagle have, and this just causes a lot of havoc. DP goes in D because rate of fire is pretty bad. I like the large mag, but like I do not like the rate of fire. I think it's similar damage to AK and bar, but it's not very good because I just feel like I would take an AK or bar any day. FAMAS. FAMAS is it's like a D because well I think I can't use it that well because I don't really like using burst weapons, but I think it has great damage and rate of fire, but I just don't like using burst weapons that often. But I think it's the best of burst weapons, so maybe I'm just gonna put it low C. Yeah, great damage, great accuracy, and great rate of fire, but it is burst. So Glock. Thinking about it, but I think it's D. I mean, you would never take. I mean, I would always take DP over Glock, but Glock comes clutch in the early game, but anywhere else, not really good. Double flare. This is an S weapon because two flare guns. Come on, you get two airdrops, which basically guarantee you an A or above weapon. Single airdrop A because basically guarantees an A and above weapon. Or double airdrop. That's just insane. M1 Garand. This is pretty cracked. I think this is the best semi-auto. Semi-autos are pretty, they're not good. I don't like using semi-autos, but the M1 Garand is an exception. Great damage. I love the M1 Garand's history in World War II, and great rate of fire. It's not clumsy like other semi-autos. Double Glock. I think this is B, low B. Low B because I think it's just too inaccurate and the reload time is way too high for it to be anything else than a low B, but it is very damaging. I would almost put it in a high C, but I think it is better than one Peacemaker. M4, aka the HK. I call him the HK because I played earlier in this Lifespan of Survivor. I think this goes middle B. I love its accuracy, even though it's less accurate than AK, but it's pretty accurate. The rate of fire is way higher, and it's very good. This is like in between a MAC-10 and an AK. Like honestly, like this is very, very, very good. And I sometimes use this with Spaz as a replacement for the Mac. And this, I find it everywhere. Like compared to the AK, I feel like the HK is way more common. And I feel like it's better because accuracy. It has good accuracy along with great rate of fire. And AK doesn't have great rate of fire. Super 90. That's definitely thinking about it. Low S because it's basically just like a semi-auto Mosin, which who doesn't like that? I think this is the model. I think this is model 94. Correct me if I'm wrong. But model 94 is like C. It's probably one of the worst snipers. But let me check. Is this the model 94? I cannot tell, but oh wait, I think this might be Turkey Gun. Turkey Gun is E. I think this is, what is this? I think this is a P30L. The P30L. I think that's OP, but it's just high A. It's OP because damage, accuracy isn't that great, but damage, rate of fire, and sometimes it just surprises you how great it is. Like sometimes you just don't expect how good it is. P30L is a B. I love it. I never get to see it usually, but love the weapon. It's very unexpected when you die in 6 hits, 5 hits. It's like the M9 on drugs. Cracked. Thompson. The Thompson is it's like the Groza, but a little better. So middle of C. That's that Groza rate of fire. But I feel like it's just better because it's a little faster, maybe a little more damage. M249. This is the OG X weapon. Like this is one of the best weapons in the game. But it is worse than the AWM because it's not a one-hit kill. You have to actually hit your shot sometimes. Okay. I have no idea what this weapon could be. This could be like the M39 EMR. I'm gonna check if it is. It probably is. M39 EMR. E. Terrible rate of fire. Long barrel. It's like a worse MK12 in every way, and it has a longer barrel, and it's just terrible. Just get anything else. M4A1, the M4A1S. When I think of this, it goes in top of S because I love its rate of fire. Does a lot of damage. I like underrated fact is that the bullets are clear, so it might be harder to dodge, which is great. And I think I just shred opponents when they use this. M8. What do I think of this? This is. I think I'm debating right now, and I think. Right here. I love the M8. It is one of my favorite weapons. One of my favorite weapons. Like, I just love using it. I think everyone does. It is common, and it's very useful. I think the commonality bumps it up a little bit because it's just so common. It's like without the fact that it's common, it's only like bottom of B. But the fact that it's so common and you can use it so much and it does so much damage, it's almost top of B. What is this? I think this is OT38S. Like for the memes, I put in the X, top of X. But if you want to know my real opinion, probably goes somewhere in B, top of B, somewhere here. But for the memes, it goes here. Double OT38S. If I'm being real, it goes like middle of A, like right or top of A. But for the memes, it goes here. I'm not going to apply the meme to here, so I'm going to tell you my real opinion of the OT38. I think it is not very good. Double OT38 is better than Glock. Well, no, I think it's worse than Glock. I don't like it. It is, I'm not going to say it's horrendous. It's just very bad. I think this goes bottom V. It's not F because that goes for, that's probably like M9 territory. Double M9, I mean, if you have nothing else, I guess. The weapon is just inaccurate, no damage. It's like a chip shot. Nobody's ever liked the M9. So, M9 goes in F because same thing, inaccurate, no damage. You only use it at the start of the game, realistically. Nobody's ever really liked it. And it's just bad. I mean, everyone agrees on this. Double M39 is like maybe top of D, but I have the same problem with it. I just don't like using burst weapons, so I think for someone else, if they're more experienced with it and they like burst weapons, it would be like maybe high C, low B territory for double M39 or whatever it's called. But I just do not like burst that much. This is certainly the single M39 or whatever it's called is certainly not my thing. So I'm gonna put a bottom of D because I respect it. I know that other people like it. I don't like it that much, but I respect it. I'm gonna re-put Turkey Gun in bottom V because yeah. Mag 10 goes in, it's hard, bottom of B. I like how common it is. I love using the Spaz. Spaz Mac is one of the best combos in the game. Besides the fact that you get shredded by snipers. But besides that, it's like Spaz Mac might be an S tier combo. Mag 10 is pretty inaccurate, but I like his damage a lot for melee. So you need to supplement it with something that is a little more rangy